And now please rise if you're able, remove your hat, and join the Plymouth High School Marching Band under the direction of Cody Wisman in the playing of the national anthem. All right, before we start our lineups tonight, I'd like to thank the Plymouth football program. We'd like to show the veterans and members of our military service have put their lives on the line to protect the freedoms that we enjoy. They have dedicated their lives to the country and deserve to be recognized for their commitment. Would all current and veteran armed service members please stand to be recognized? Thank you for your service. Thank you very much. And now the starting lineups for tonight's game. Kewaskum Indians would like to be introduced as a team. Here they are, the Kewaskum Indians. And now your starting lineups for tonight's game for the Plymouth Panthers. At linebacker, a junior, number 3, Brett Shutter. At quarterback, a senior, number 9, Jordan Schmidt. A wide receiver, a senior, number 12, Andrew Rao. At tight end, another senior, number 14, John Steinhardt. Another wide receiver, a junior, number 17, Jackson Nilitz. At running back, a senior, number 24, Ryan Cole. An offensive lineman, senior, number 52, Grant Lidke. Another offensive lineman, a junior, number 59, Grant Tomey. Also offensive lineman, a senior, number 70, Ethan Coleman. Another lineman, a sophomore, number 71, Aiden Krebsbach. And another lineman, a junior, number 75, Case Helmer.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Plymouth Panther football on a beautiful Friday night in September where the Plymouth Panthers will host our guests, the Kewaskum Indians. I'm Scott Richards along with my sidekick tonight, Aaron Martell, back after a couple-year layoff. Justin on the camera, Mike Briggs in security, and Kurt Zalb, we don't know what he does. But Aaron, what a pleasure to have you back again.
It is good to be back and looking forward to a wonderful night of some conference challenges going against Kewaskum and some nemesis there, and it'll be a good game for tonight.
And Kewaskum has had a good run. They won the conference. They graduated a lot of kids. They're a little thinner than normal, but they're always competitive with us. I know them well. I've got a grandson sitting in the stands with a couple of buddies that were at my house before the game. So this is always fun. It's a different perspective this year for you than the last couple.
It is. I'm in the stands now cheering on, not as a father, but as a fan of Plymouth football. So I'm looking forward to this.
Didn't that time go fast, though?
Too fast.
It's what happened. Like I'm talking about the grandson. I remember he did a game with me because nobody else would do it when he was 11 years old because nobody wanted to go to a pond. And now he's over there with some friends, and it's fun, and it's great. And it's, again, a great night for football. And the Panthers are going to kick. Owen Plate's going to boot one and probably bomb one tonight. So here we go. Yeah, well.
No surprise there. Not only out of the end zone, into the track.
I thought the cameraman was going to try to return it. Well, Aaron will give you the starting defense for the Panthers tonight.
All right, starting defense, number 2, Tom Blad. Number 3, Brett Shutter. Number 8, Ian Schweitzer. Number 11, Caden Kuhn. 13, Eddie Mella. 15, Caden Schultz. 17, Jackson Nilitz. 32, Marco Troca. 52, Grant Litke. 54, Leighton Sheffer.
Kewaskum run the ball in the first play for Kewaskum Indians. Carrying the ball, number 28, Dylan Soik. Dylan Soik, good athlete. Picks up about...
It's like about 3-yard pickup.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe 4.
Yeah, well, off tackle. I know they said in the paper where I got it from that the Panthers ran a little different defense last week. The Panthers are solid. I think they've only given up like 29 points all year, something like that. Second down, and we'll make it second and a long 7 for the Indians. Good run.
Good
well
point
defended.
of contact right there with Ian Schweitzer making that initial hit and then a gang tackle.
And that was a little bit of the change. They started 3 inside linebackers. They changed it up a little bit. And what happened when Marco Troca was back playing, they did a little shuffling. I mean, they're athletic at linebacker. They're not huge up front. Obviously, Coleman at about 6'4", 270. But other than that, they're good high school size. Litke's about 190, 95 pounds. Depends on who's the other guy and the other down lineman. Can't see it right now. So, 3rd and a long 4 for Kewaskum on the first drive of the evening. Oh, well played.
That was an initial push by number 54, Leighton Schaefer, made that great initial contact, and then being able to see Ian wrap up and then the rest of the crew come in and make that tackle.
Well, Soik's their stud back. He's got good quickness, good size, but that was well played by the Panthers defense. Back deep for the Panthers, Cade Kuhn and Jackson Nilitz. 11 is Kuhn, 17 is Nilitz. Going to punt it from about the 11. Low snap. Depends on the hop. If we're going to touch it, we're going to let it go. We're going to get great field position at the Kewaskum 47-yard line. This program is brought to you the backers, our Plymouth Community TV 14 sponsor team. We're proud to have the backers supporting the youth and teams in our community. We invite you to become a member of the backers and spread the word about your fine business or organization. As a member, you will be supporting the continuation of quality community program. Check us out on our website at PlymouthTV.org. So Panthers 1st and 10, Schmidt at QB. Cole the up back. Shutter number 3 to Schmidt's left, and away we go. Nice play. Schmidt hits. Hits John Steinert on an out. They're on the side.
Well, that's a really impressive play call by Gail Grahn there, knowing that we pound the ball, run, and now all of a sudden we start out with a pass to the tight end, John Steinhardt. Here we go, starting first down and 10. Plymouth offense.
Shutter's going to get it. Oh, good run. Good job by that line. I tell you, that young line is coming around, Aaron. So, offensive starters.
Offensive starters we have tonight. We have number 2, Tom Bladd. Number 3, Brett Shutter. Number 9, Jordan Schmidt. Number 12, Andrew Rao. Number 14, John Steinhardt. Number 24, Ryan Cole. Number 52, Grant Litke. Number 59, Grant Tomey. Number 70, Ethan Coleman. 71, Aiden Kresbach. And finally, 75, Chase Helmer.
2nd and 2 for the Panthers inside the 30 of Kewaskum on their first series on offense. Shutter with the ball, makes a great cut to get to the outside, picks up.
Looks like it's going to be enough for a first down.
Look, if it's the right foot, it's a first down. And it is, so it's a first down, second first down on the drive. It talked about in the paper, we didn't have a run of longer than 9 yards and gained 278 yards on the ground, and we just grounded. They had a great safety, the Hammersmuck kid, that made a lot of plays, but the line gave them that 3 yards. They got the rest.
Well, I think being able to even kind of pound in that second half, I think our O-line wore their D-line out, and it gave them more opportunity for that space.
First down again. Now it's in motion. They ran a little reverse with Choka. Ooh, well played by Kewaskum. Little wrinkle. But that little wrinkle should help keep them honest.
Well, it gives them lots of options. Being able to have Jackson Nihilus, number 17, coming back through on that. They could give it to him on a jet sweep. They could also be able to do a Marco and even do a dive with Ryan Cole. So it'll be interesting to see how Gale uses that going forward.
We have a wealth in that backfield.
There is.
You know, with Shutter and Troka and Schweitzer, and then you can run the end, and with Cole. You know, and I know
he's just a pounder.
When he's got a little bit of a bum ankle, but he's playing offense for sure. Oh, it's out there.
Get outside.
Break. Oh, well defended. Nice swing pass. Hit him right in stride. That's the key on that. I thought Jordan Smith last week, he didn't have to throw it down the field, but he hit people right in stride. Found him. He looked downfield on that, and then found shots.
It's interesting to see how patient he has been in those first 2 passes of just being patient, staying in the pocket, trusting his line, and finding what's open.
So first and 10 again. Shuts up the middle. Finding his way. Oh, good shot at the end, but boy, he's down inside the 5-yard line, and he doesn't get there without that 3 interior linemen.
Well, it was impressive, too, because Jordan had a low snap. He had to gather himself. It's a quick handoff, but yet it was enough to be able to get him the ball and that line just pushing forward.
You know, he just looks like he's playing with confidence. Now, he's a senior, obviously, but you can have those moments. I'm a senior, but it's a citizen. Shutter on first and goal. Gets down, I think, inside the 2.
Shutter on the carry.
Inside, now they're putting it down at the 1. So second and goal.
And this usually is of a Ryan Cole territory where they give him that dive to that fullback, but I know that Brett's been doing the workhorse to get him down. It'll be interesting to see what Gale calls.
Well, Schweitzer came in the game. You're right. It'll be interesting. They got a little bunch in the backfield. They're trying to get tricky here.
Look at that.
Tim, that looked like your wedding.
That was a direct snap to Brett Shutter for the touch. No.
He didn't give it to him?
They didn't give him the touchdown. Wow, that looked like he got over the top of that. That looked like a.
Wow, if that ball wasn't over the line. Now we're a long ways away, and the officials are right there, but it sure looked like he was well in the end zone. Well, they got to get it on third down now. Get that line, just bulldoze them, and away we go. Schmidt will go up.
A little quarterback sneak with a push from Ryan Cole behind. Not set, I'm guessing.
I think you're right. Offsides.
Flag on the play.
Half the distance.
Oh,
Offside.
defensive
Well,
offsides.
we'll
I think we
pick
just
up-
gained 3 inches there, Scott.
You know, I'm looking at that and going, yeah, I thought that had to be a somebody moved. Usually in that situation, but hey, again, give the officials credit, and I'll tell you, we keep saying they're having a hard time finding officials. So any of us that want to go out on the field, they'll
No
be more than
doubt.
happy to take us.
Are we offsides again?
I think it's a trick. They're gonna-
Now we're an inch and a half closer.
I was saying where my son coaches in the Milwaukee suburbs, they've had to move games to Thursday night. They've had to move games to Thursday night. They don't have enough officials for
Really?
Fridays. Some
Oh, my
games have been
goodness.
delayed because officials couldn't get there because they're doing another game. Still goal.
There's that push. I just called it a few offsides earlier than that. So Jordan Smith with a touchdown.
You know what? It's a statement. They went right down the field, 5:24 to go in the first quarter, and that's the way we did it last week. You know, we got the ball, they can't score.
Well, there's no doubt about that. And I think being able to just kind of pound them, you know that Kewaskum's going to come out tough. They're going to want to smack you in the mouth. But for us to be able to do that and get that first touchdown, first points on the board is huge.
You know, you're going to learn a lot from me. And I'm going to check and see if we're overweight up on the deck up here. You know,
Well,
we're
you're
doing
the
a
one
game.
that tailgated before we came. So.
I had a couple of brats with the kids from Kewaskum, but we got Briggs and Schultz up here. They're giving us a tremendous amount of intelligence, no doubt about that.
Well, I think the commentary behind us is going to be the challenge for the night. I'm not
Yep.
sure about the wind or the.
Here's some intelligence. Stop in at the Paddock Club in downtown Elkhart Lake, where Chef Lynn Chisholm celebrates the bounty from local farmers using old world techniques, making artisanal handmade pasta bread, smoked meat sandwiches, much more. Wednesday and Thursday, try your opportunity. Multiple dishes at reasonable prices. Our small plate specials offering a regular menu as well. Open Wednesday through Saturday. Dining in the bar or dining room. Comfort food opens at 4:30. Comfort food made with love for you and your family. It is a great place. If you get a chance, or if you've been there before, stop in again. Because the menu does change at times. Well, that was a great defensive series, great offensive series, but, and this is the kind of game, don't give them a chance. I thought Kewaskum looked okay in their interior, but you're right. I thought against Berlin, we just wore them down. Kewaskum's a little bigger than Berlin, though.
They are. But I think the way that Gail Grant spread the ball out, throw some passes in there, get outside, get creative, I think that opens it up so much more.
Deep in the end zone for Plate again. Owen Plate, best kicker in the state. And one of the tops. I hear different things. I just know he's one of the top kickers in the country. So he's been at Cole's camps. He's done what he can do. He's a good kid, good student, good tennis player.
Right. It's going
Good
to be
soccer
exciting.
player.
Correct. It's going to be exciting to see where he's able to end up and knowing how good he is at the high school level. It'd be fun to watch him at that second level.
So Kewaskum back in the shotgun. Double slot, wide slot. Single back with the quarterback. They haven't tried to throw the ball yet. Soik. Good hit.
Good initial stop by Caden Schultz right there. I thought for sure that they're going to get a call on holding with Ethan Coleman. He looked like he tried to make that stop on the outside, but
Now the wind, and there's a pretty brisk wind tonight. It's coming at Kewaskum's face, but they haven't looked like they want to put the ball in the air at all.
we'll
So
talk with Mark Volbrecht today, or earlier this week. He was mentioning how wide they want to keep their stances at O-line
Yeah.
to spread things out to pound that ball on the running. So it'll be interesting to see if they choose to pass or not.
Well, Soik played a lot, started at times last year. Whoops. Well,
Yeah, unfortunate offsides by Leighton Schaefer there.
Flag on the play. Offside.
Whoops.
Panthers.
He was just a little excited. He saw an opportunity, saw a gap, and wanted to hit it.
It
Just
looked like there was
excited.
a little stunt coming on that one. You know, I always tell people, and we always want to play well. You want to try to play perfect. Don't expect perfect. There's a difference. Perfection is a goal. It's not easy to attain. So, yeah, I jumped off sides. He made the play on that third down before. So, okay, I formation. Soik deep in the backfield. 7 yards deep usually means he's going to get it. But he didn't. Good job by me again. It should be a first down for Kewaskum. They had second with the penalty, second and one. Appears as though they've got their first down of the night.
By number 4, Nicholas Dehek, for a Kewaskum first down.
There's your 5'8", 165-pound fullback for Kewaskum. So first and 10. Kewaskum at its own 32-yard line. 5 minutes as they break the huddle. Tight slot, actually double slot at the top of the key. So it gets the ball, one grab, and that was Litke, I believe, 52.
Grant Litke made that first initial contact. He was able to knife right through that O-line to be able to make it slow down, and there was, again, another gang tackle, which I think so far you've been able to see that they're swarming to the ball, and to be able to continue to have that is so important.
We are really athletic in that front 7 or 8. I mean, the linebackers, 6'2", 215. John Snyder's about 6'2", 210. Troca's about 210. Schweitzer's about 5'9", 180. I mean, they're athletes. First, looks like the first pass coming to the outside, and good. Broke one tackle. Number 7 for Kewaskum, Matt Olhafen, broke one tackle, picks up about 5 yards. Good throw.
Jackson had great coverage on that. He kind of wanted to swipe with that offhand, making that tackle, but he just kind of snuck out of his grip, and then the finished tackle by Ian Schweitzer.
A good catch and good run makes it 3rd and 4 for Kewaskum in their second series. 3:40 to go in the first quarter. Again, that was nice play, and again, you were right. He looked like he tried to hit it with the left hand, missed, still was able to hang on.
Slowed him down just enough to get that tackle by Ian.
Going deep. They're calling for interference, but they
went deep. I think Tom Blatt was able to get his head around just at the last moment. His hands were extended. Maybe it was a 50-50 call. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. Said everything I said, that's a tough one. It depends on your angle. Like you said,
Sure.
I think you got his head around. Well, they're going to punt or they're not. Well, now they're bringing up, looks like a punt team back. And Panthers are going to send 2 back, Nylitz and Kuhn. So they're going to punt into the wind from about the 38-yard line. Last kick was not good. That one's a nice kick. Into the wind like that.
Fair catch by Jackson. Looks like we're about the 27-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers from the 27. Miller and Belt, Hillendale Road, corner 67 and PP. It's time again. Get what you paid for. In the case of Simplicity Lawn and Garden Tractors, you get more exclusive features. Free floating mower decks, perfectly manicured cut, full width rollers, beautifully striped lawn. Automatic controlled traction for the best tracking system in the industry. Don't settle for getting what you'd pay for. Get more. Miller and Belt, 67 and PP. Check out their complete line of steel chainsaws and trimmers. So 1st and 10. Panthers up 7-0. 3:12 to go in the first quarter. Shutter breaks all the tackles. One man to catch him, and he does. Boy, he keeps those legs turning.
He does. He was able to get to that edge, caught the corner, was able to just really try and outrun that last safety, and it was just a great run to start with first down.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about our longest run last week was 9 yards. Well, we passed that baby already. Yeah, he's hard to bring down. He's a nice sized athlete. They list Brett at 6'1", 190. I bet he's all 190, maybe a little bit more, but.
Well, I think having 3 older brothers to pound on you gets you ready for the season, right?
Oh, yes. Yes, Evan.
Looking like a pass formation.
I was the older brother, and it was fun.
Steps up. Finds Andrew Rao for a nice catch.
What a nice job by Jordan Schmidt. Andrew Rao, number 12. He kept his eye down the field.
He did. He was very patient, even though he got pressure from 76 from Kewaskum on that outside. Stepped up in the pocket, was able to keep his eyes downfield and catch Rao. And I love the fact that Rao used his hands to make that solid catch.
And he followed the quarterback.
He did.
As he rolled right. You don't see high school kids do a lot of that stuff.
No.
So, 1st and 10 again. Panthers now about the 19-yard line. 2:30 to go in the first quarter. Hand off to, I think, Troka.
Yep.
Marco just off the left side.
Number 32, Marco Troka.
Again, what a wealth to have that many guys that can carry the ball.
Well, the way that I learned math, if you run the ball 4 yards at a crack, you're going to get a first down every 3 downs.
Yeah, you might have had Briggs for a teacher. But no, it's they kind of will themselves with that line. I mean, Kewaskum is playing everybody pretty darn close to the line of scrimmage. Shuts up the middle. Good hit, though, by Kewaskum Indians.
Ball carried by number 3.
Number 4, Nick Dehek was in on the tackle. I couldn't catch them all. Third and 2. And we have a great kicker, but you get down here with that line and our running backs, I would be a little surprised if we don't pick this up. Would we try to kick it? All depends on if they pick up anything. So in the backfield, Shutter with Cole. Cole to the right. He's the up back. Schmitty's still at quarterback.
It looks like they got him. He did that a couple times last week against Berlin, too, of just even either having a hard count or being able to make that move to get that easy first down on that offsides on the defense.
And you see it at every level, and you all say, well, they should be looking at the ball. But they're looking at the ball, the eyes of the lineman, movement by the lineman, but it's a good deal for the Panthers. Just shy of the 10, so I think we can get a first down at about the 1 foot line.
11-yard line.
We'll stick with Shutter and Cole in the backfield. Shutter, Cole, Schmidt, Steiner at tight end. Shutter gets the ball, big hole, makes a cut. Ooh, comes into a little traffic, keeps moving. Inside the 5, I'm guessing.
That was a nice 8-yard pickup, and he just kept on driving his legs.
It's close to the 3.
4 yards, we'll say.
Yeah, it's inside the 4. Still 2nd and goal.
Gain of 6.
This will be the last play of the first quarter, unless it's an incomplete pass. Shutter gets it up the middle, and touchdown, Panthers.
Brett Shutter just finding that hole, shooting that gap right away, and just kind of capitalizing a great drive from the 28-yard line.
What he does well is he makes that cut and he goes.
He does.
He doesn't dance. You know, I read an article, they're talking about Braylon Allen, and he's a phenomenal athlete. They think he's dancing too much.
Sure, absolutely.
He's not just cut and go, and he can do it. So he's still one of the best backs in the country, but Shutter is cuts, goes, touchdown. Plate to kick. Buries it. Panthers up. At the end of 1, the Panthers lead the Kewaskum Indians by a score of 14-0. Again, Scott Richards, Aaron Martell.
And the kick is good. There's your score.
And Justin editing on the camera. Pizza's Piggly Wiggly, Eastern Avenue in Plymouth. Stores also in Howard's Grove and Sheboygan. Pizza's Piggly Wiggly is your one-stop shop for all your party needs. Our deli department has a variety of subs, party trays, and homemade signature salads. Don't forget the fresh baked hard rolls. Remember, shop the pig. Go Panthers. Lots of football this weekend. Badgers at 11 on Saturday. Panthers, it's nice. You wear orange and black on Friday, red and white on Saturday, green and gold on Sunday, unless the NFL in its wisdom changes it to another night. Plymouth Furniture, located on Eastern Avenue in Plymouth, has over 40 mattress styles on display from Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster. Plymouth Furniture carries furniture, mattresses, and appliances with amazing selection of sofas, recliners, lift chairs, furniture for every room in the house, including Amish furniture and bedroom furniture. Quality brands, Flexsteel, Southern Motion, Best, GE, and Ashley. Visit the back room for their clearance center. They have great deals on mattresses, furniture, and appliances. That's Plymouth Furniture on Eastern Avenue in Plymouth.
Well, Scott, I think if you're the coaching staff of the Panthers, you're going, this is exactly what we wanted to see happen in that first quarter. a big stop on the defense twice that turned into 14 points for the offense. It's a great start.
Now Plate's kicking into the wind and catches it at about the 1. They've got guys looking at him, and he gets away from a few. I couldn't get the number.
It's like Caden Schultz and Ian Schweitzer making that final tackle, but there's a lot of arm tackles there. They kind of broke containment on the outside. Thankfully, Caden and Ian pursued in a healthy way, and
yeah, I thought
looks like we're at the 26-yard line.
I thought the run back was by Eric Creer. They had a different name, but I had 22 on it. So, but
I'll
anyway,
take your word for it.
I couldn't. We can't see it from our angle. So 1st and 10, just over the 25-yard line. Start of the second quarter here at Plymouth High School, Finke Field. Nice out pattern, number 7 again. Good catch by Matt Olhafen.
Reichert's pass complete to number 7, Matthew.
That was a well set up play.
Absolutely, and it was a good wrap up by Tom Blad, dropping off of his guy to make that tackle.
Well, and I think, and rightfully so, the Panthers appear to be focusing on Soik. You know, he's their bell cow in the backfield, and he can break one. But that was just well run by the end. Quarterback threw a nice pass. Good play by Kewaskum. 2nd and 1 for Kewaskum, just shy of their own 35-yard line. Kuhn gets a hole. If he doesn't get a hold of him, it should be a first down.
Number 28, Dylan Soik.
Looked like Soik
Just
may
short.
have
Looks
gotten
like
the
it's going to
first
be
down.
third.
They're gonna measure it.
Never mind. They're going to measure that one. From up in the nosebleeds, he looks like he's about 8 inches short.
Briggs' arms are always 8 inches short when it's his turn to buy one.
All right, maybe it was 4 inches, but close enough.
All right, well, you know, same thing.
Get the first down, so it's going to be 3rd and a couple chain links.
So, 3rd down, big 3rd down for Kewaskum. They just need to, you know, for them, they just want to hang on to the ball a little bit. They haven't been able to stop the Panthers either on the ground or in the air. And we've had, I guess they define explosive play over 20 yards. We've had a couple, but mostly it's been pound and ground. They got the fullback for good pickup. Picked up at least 3, so it's 1st and 10. Kewaskum just short of their own 40-yard line.
Ball carried by number 4, Nicholas Diak. For Kewaskum, first down.
So 1st and 10. The Panthers, I haven't seen any noticeable changes on defense at this stage. Tosses outside to Soik, and he bounces off about 3 or 4 tackles, 5.
That's a
He's a
really good hard run
very
and
hard.
some bad tackling by the Panthers.
They didn't wrap up and do anything with him.
Tackled by number 3, Brett Shutter.
If you're going to come in and smack as hard as you can, at least smack with that wrap and spin. But that was a great run by Kewaskum.
Yeah, Soik's a good athlete. I mean, he is. But you're right. It seemed like they stopped their legs.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, the rules in high school practice all over, high school, college, pros, they cannot practice as much contact as they used to, and rightfully so. They're trying to prevent, keep the kids healthy. So, nonetheless, they're into Panther territory for the first time, 1st and 10 at the Plymouth 49. Quick out, and just a little skip block on the outside. You know, if they thought Kewaskum was going to roll over, they're learning really quickly that's not happening.
Tackled by number 17, Jackson Nyland.
No, that was a great little pitch and catch to number 23, Bailey Rolfe.
Well, and they're quick hitters. You say, well, how about a pass rush? You really don't have time.
No, it was too quick, and quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go. Checked one receiver, checked down to Bailey. And
2nd and a long one, just shy of the Plymouth 40-yard line. First time for Kewaskum inside Panther territory. Again, they just want to keep their hands on the ball. Don't give Plymouth a chance.
Looks like they're.
Ooh.
They sniffed that out really well, the Panthers defense, and thought Tom Blatt might be able to sneak one in there for a nice pick, but great coverage there, especially on second and a long one.
And they've been watching Soik a lot, I think, but if that pass is on target, that might have been a pickoff. Yeah, I think, the situation for Kewaskum, it's 4 downs here. I mean, you got third and 1. They've picked up on third and a yard before. They picked up 4 yards, so. Put that blocking fullback up on the line, and Panthers are going to have to go toe-to-toe. I think we moved. I think, if anything, we drew the offensive lineman off.
Yeah, I think we initiated the move, which then he reacted, so I'm assuming this is going to be defensive offsides. But you know what assuming does.
Yeah, I see the offsides thing there, but they're –
So my question is, can he move, just not cross into the neutral zone?
if you can move.
So if he just moved and never crossed into the neutral zone, then it should be offsides on Kewaskum.
It seemed to me it's the guy.
Looks like
they
what they're going to call.
that. That's huge.
Kewaskum penalty, false start. With a 5-yard penalty.
Well, we were all over that up here.
Brings up third and approximately 6.
Yeah, we had it. I was surprised. I thought that the official on the top of the screen would have been the guy with the look-see. I'll have to ask the chain crew. Wayne Hogue, Steve Rosen, Randy Schmidt, Dave Hartman with the clip.
We got trips on the left side.
Oh, nice catch. What a nice catch.
That was a great catch by Bailey Rolfe. Right now it's short, so it's a question of are they still in 4-down territory or not.
Well, they haven't been able to stop Plymouth, so the only way they're going to stop them is hang on to the ball. But now they got a run-pass option here. They've got a running back that runs hard. They got a fullback runs hard. And I don't know if there was a little, okay, that was the fullback. The heck came off.
Blood on his jersey, or the ref called an equipment time.
Yep,
blood.
A little bit of blood. Oh, a little bit of a fumble on the hand, a little flub on the handoff looked like to me.
It looked like Brett Shutter did a great job coming back on the backside.
The handoff didn't look clean. Like Soik had to wait.
Ian Schweitzer making that tackle.
Almost a little bit of a slant right, it appeared. There was some kind of little stunt. Nonetheless, tell you that penalty, if you're a Kewaskum coach right there, so we're going here and we get that, ouch. But the defense bowed up and stopped them. Panthers take over at their 40.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Kewaskum had the momentum.
They had it going their way
down the field, and that penalty just kind of took the air out of them. And Panthers defense did what they needed to do. They stepped
I don't
up,
disagree
made
with the Kewaskum call either. You got a good back, give him the ball. Just the Panthers defense played well. Shutter gets the handoff. He's going to pick up about 3. Be second and 7 for the Panthers, where you got 7:54 to go in the first half. Panthers up 14-0.
It is interesting how well Brett falls forward, because I thought that the Kewaskum defense played that really well. I thought they held them to maybe 2 yards, and all of a sudden, boom, you got 4 yards. Now you're sitting at 2nd and 6 because of the athleticism of Brett Shutter.
Yeah, and he's done that all year. You could see signs last year as a sophomore at the end of the season when he played a little bit of varsity, but I think. Okay, good defense by Kewaskum. Shutter picks up about another 3, so it's going to be 3rd and 3 or about 3rd and 3. Now they got it at 3rd and 4, so 3rd and 4. Panthers at the 47-yard line, their own 47-yard line. Good pursuit by Kewaskum Indians on the play.
And that was a backside pursuit on Kewaskum. I'm not sure if they didn't get a good seal block or just the athleticism of Kewaskum player right there, but
they played it well.
They did.
I
mean, when you have Ethan Coleman as your lead blocker coming out and doesn't touch anybody 5-7 yards down the field, you're like, it should be a good play, but backside tackle.
Shutter, ooh, Schutz breaks through on a good job by the offensive line again.
That was a great play, just with that decoy of Jackson Nilets going around on the backside. It paused the linebacker just enough for Brett to be able to hit that hole and get that first down with him.
Supposedly Aaron Rodgers didn't like motion, and Matt LaFleur likes it because he thinks at least gets the defense's eyes moving.
Exactly.
So, yeah, that's interesting. Shots.
It's another great hard run.
Either the clock's not working or they're not running it. It's working. It's running now. It's half a minute. So first down for the Panthers. Clock was stuck there for a few seconds. New scoreboard this year. The Booster Club raised some funds, and we got a brand new scoreboard here at Finke Field. So 1st and 10. Quick out. Now it's with the ball. Gets inside.
That was impressive. That was all Jackson Nilets on that.
Number 17, Jackson Nilets.
He had to split the defenders, try and get a few more yards on that. Just a hard effort by Nilets.
Just that little out. Again, we have really not thrown on the one real nice scramble by Schmidt. We haven't thrown the ball real deep.
No.
I know Nilets has good speed. Blad has good speed. You know, you're down at the bottom of the screen here.
It would be interesting, though, because Rao has such a height
6'6".
advantage.
Yeah.
Like, can you throw it up when you get closer, maybe?
Schutz makes the cut. He's gone. Boy, he makes cuts.
Wow.
I'll tell you, the right side of that line, especially the center, Tomey and Coleman. And
it's unusual when you have a 22-yard run and he goes untouched.
Untouched. I think it was Tony Helmer, and Helmer, I think was the other on that side, Chase Helmer. But that was just goodbye and good night, Irene. So the Panthers, Plate's going to get the leg oiled up again, up by a score of 20-0 with the extra point coming. Schmidt holding. Snap's great. The kick's up. Kick is good, and the Panthers go up 21-0 with 6:02 to go in the first half. Again, Scott Richards, Aaron Martell, and Justin Heberding on the camera. 20/20 Visions, Doctors Brad Wickland, Corrine Beersdorf, and Alexandra Van Els. Just a reminder, 20/20 Visions does accept insurance for employees of Kohler, Sargento, Masters Gallery, Johnsonville, and many more. Find us on Facebook, 20/20 Visions, or check out our website, 20-20visions.com. Meyer Motors Plaza Lane in Plymouth, across McDonald's, offers certified service, sales, parts, and emissions testing. They purchase vehicles privately for cash. They have a wide variety of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Been doing business here since 1926. They have great customer service and hometown comfort. Follow them for important updates and occasional giveaways. Meyer Motors, small town dealership with big town service. Looking forward to seeing you soon. They have been in business a long time, and they've always done a great, great job. So, Plate to kick, wins at his face. It's died down a little bit, but it's still kind of brisk. Waiting for the signal from the official. He's giving it to him. High kick. That one's going to get into the end zone even against the wind, so the Panthers will go on D, and Kewaskum will have the ball with 6 minutes to go. They had a promising drive going, and unfortunately for them and good for the Panthers, they had that procedure penalty.
Yeah, and it really took the life out of Kewaskum, and then we were able to kind of turn around and just drive the ball down with really no challenge there. I think our offensive line has gotten into that groove of just moving bodies out of the way, and Brett's been running hard. No surprise there. He's been doing it all year.
So, 1st and 10 for Kewaskum, starting at the 20. Little bubble screen. Picked up about 8.
It does look like Kewaskum enjoys throwing that pass out to Bailey Rolfe. He's athletic. He's small, but he's so athletic and quick that he's able to get that ball, shoot upfield. There's a good seal block on the corner right there to be able to get him that 9 yards.
23 Bailey Rolfe on the reception. So 2nd and 1 for Kewaskum. Quarterback rolling, looking. Oh, we're going to have a flag of some kind.
Good pursuit by Eddie Mella.
I'm wondering if we're going to get a lineman downfield.
Complete flag on the play.
Because I see 58 down, maybe not.
It looks like the initial call is going to be against Kewaskum. They're going to send them back. I don't know if they got a hold out there on Eddie because he was able to get that seal so well. If the lineman tugged on our
lineman
outside
downfield.
Linebacker.
Right?
Lineman downfield. All right, I'll
Lineman
stop
downfield.
talking.
Receiver downfield.
There's moments I get things right. Now, my wife won't agree with you on that.
Probably
Won't
not.
agree with me, but there's moments. But I saw 58 and he kind of turned around, that little sheepish look, trying to go back to the huddle. So, tough, again, shot themselves in the foot, makes it 2nd and 7 for Kewaskum, now back inside the 25-yard line.
Here comes a reverse.
To Ralph. Boy, he's quick.
Good hit by Caden Schultz right there.
I'll tell you, Ralph, he's quick, though.
Reverse, handed off to number 23, Bailey Rolfe.
That's the kind of kid with that quickness.
Number 15, Caden Schultz.
You got to get his hands on the ball. And they're trying. They just tried. I'm not saying something they don't know.
Absolutely.
So it's 1st and 10 on a big play by the Indians. Big gain of about 8 yards for Ralph on a little inside reverse. Good pressure. Panthers a little bit of pressure up front, and they got the quarterback.
Great play.
They just
Eddie Mella with that pursuit on the outside. But they had pressure on both sides. It was just
they just put the Jets on, win the backfield.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Good play. So 2nd and 11 for Kewaskum. Now you place Kewaskum in a much more difficult situation.
Well, you can already tell on this series, being down 21-0, how much they've changed their game plan. They've gone to multiple passes. They've gone to a reverse. They're trying to get something going to take that momentum back. But so far, the Panther defense has responded.
Oh, look.
Pressure again by 66.
Oh, it's close.
Nice breakup by number 15, Caden Schultz, who thought that he might be able to get his hands on that for a pick six. Maybe
just
next time.
Off the tips. Well, good pressure again by the Panthers. I think it was 66 in the backfield.
Pass incomplete.
I thought it was 66. It looked.
Dane,
I've got it as Brzuzaic.
I'll take your word for it, or bless you, one of the two.
Yeah, I worked on that one. I didn't hear anybody call and complain, so I must be
no
close.
Comments on YouTube there. People,
and that's okay. Listen, we don't do something quite right. They can call Briggs. Nice throw. Nice throw. Landon Daniel.
Andrew Reichert's pass complete to number 1, Landon Daniel.
Reichert, nice throw from Reichert to Daniel. That's a big play.
That was right over the top of the linebackers, right in front of the safety as they were playing in that zone coverage, being 2nd and 13 as it was.
And hit him right in stride. It was a great play. So Kewaskum's got a little march going here. They've had a couple big plays. 1st and 10 at their own 46-yard line. Well, I'll tell you what, that's Daniel's been wide open twice in a row. But they've got a yellow flag down here.
Looks like we got some laundry on the field.
Number 11, Caden Kuhn.
I think Eddie Mella is causing so much disruption with his speed that as he was pressuring the quarterback, got a hold by the lineman on that.
That could be. All I know is they got to correct what's happening in the defensive backfield because that middle of the field is wide open. Reichert's showing the ability to throw the ball. I know Landon. I know these names and kids because of my grandson, and I know he's a good athlete. And he puts the ball, he catches it, but good.
But I don't know if they're shifting to more of a zone back there, and so they're losing track of where the players are, the receivers are at. But they definitely have to buckle down.
They're finding a hole in the zone for sure.
Oh,
Little tip by Schutz, drops into that zone, tips the ball.
Brett doesn't tip that. I'm not sure if Schultz is able to pick that as well because he was all over the receiver on that one.
So 2nd and 15. So the hold, remember, I don't agree with the way they do the penalty in high school, but that hold was from the point of the foul. So it only took them back 7 yards. But by the same token, if that holds 5 yards behind the line, it becomes a 15-yard penalty.
Absolutely.
So I don't know what the timeout is for here.
Looks like the making sure that it's 2nd down.
I think. Well, they're doing the right thing. They're checking, making sure the clock's correct.
We do have a substitute at the nose defensive tackle position. Number 51, Deacon Allen is in. We got John Steinhardt on the other end, taking some reps for Ethan Coleman. And unfortunately, trying to get sneaky, Eddie Mella jumps offsides.
Well, gives 5 yards back. It's going to make it 2nd and a long 10 or a short 11. The game has the ability to mentally maintain right now is where the challenge is for Plymouth for sure. No stunt. Oh, he's got a lot of room to go. He's going to take it out of bounds. First down.
First down.
Andrew Reichert does exactly what he should have done. A lot of room open, big gap. He takes it down. So Panthers were in man-to-man defense. That happens in that because you know if you're in his zone, you can see the quarterback better. But
well, and John Steiner had great pursuit on the outside, but he broke containment. Once he was able to get out, there's no one to be able to cover that outside contain, and so.
So hey, Kewaskum's showing some fight the whole game. You know they've had a break. Not a break, but mistake that's cost them a couple times. But nonetheless, they're back in Plymouth territory.
Eddie Miller, good swing move. Yep, they're going to get a blindside block.
Yeah, and that will be could be a 15-yarder.
13, Andrew Reichert, for a gain of about 5. Flag on the play.
Marco Choker's a tough player, but even on a blindside block, you can see him kind of get up with just a little bit like, oof.
Again, and it's a safety issue.
Absolutely.
You know, years ago, most people couldn't even remember the names of Chuck Cecil with the Packers, or when they would spearhead people, and you'd teach a block like that at one time. As long as you got your head in front of them and wasn't a clip.
Correct.
But not anymore. Can't do that. It's too dangerous. So we're waiting to see what's cooking here.
Well, I think if you're the Panthers defense right now, the goal right now, you have 2 minutes and 4 seconds left until half. Can you get out of the half without any score? Because you get the ball at the start of the second half.
Right.
Right. And that could really just put Kewaskum back even more defeated.
I'm not. We don't have replay. The officials are doing what they should do. Get together, talk it over. You know, here's what we saw. Here's the call. Personal foul. Okay. That's a. It might have been. Is it from the point of the foul?
Yeah. It looks like they marked it off from there. So it's gonna be first down and a bunch. Looks like Kewaskum coach wants to have a clarification of the call.
I think it's clear right now. They're going to run a play. So, 1st and 10.
Well, it's going to be more 1st of 25 because of the penalty.
1st and 25, yep. Nice throw. Soik with a nice catch. Ouch.
Reichert's pass complete to number 28, Dylan Soik.
Looked like they bent his leg back a little bit.
Yeah, exactly. Good pursuit by Brett Shutter. Just kind of bent him backwards a little bit. With this turf stuff, you just never know.
Reichert's thrown that out pass well. You know, he's got people catching it. They've shown the ability to throw the ball, so they get it down to second. Well, they only picked up 5 in the play, so we're looking at not only one, second and 24. I saw something. I was in Michigan. The down markers, they were LED. It was great. Down the middle again. Looked like that slipped just a little bit out of Reichert's hands. So long, third down for the Indians, 3rd and 24. This is the one where, what's his arm like? If he can throw it 40 yards, you'd say just throw it and see what happens.
Right.
Yeah.
Again, it looks like we shift as the defensive back shift back into that zone.
Yeah.
So they're going to, I think Christian Volbrack is going back and forth between a zone and a man, depending on what the down and distance is going to be.
Well, and again, Reichert's throwing the ball well. He's had some time, but now you can pin your ears back. You know, plays that you could run, but I don't think you're going to screen pass. Nope, they're not. Tell you what, though, that was open again. That. Yeah, there's a middle in the zone.
There is that middle open.
You know, they've had now. Berlin didn't throw it a lot, and the other teams didn't, but. They've seen something because that's where it's been available. They're clearing it and they're sending a long drag, and they're trying to contain Reichert. So nonetheless, Kewaskum has a punt on 4th down with the wind. Good end kick. Niles catches the ball. It's the best thing he could do right there. So 3 timeouts for the Panthers, just under a minute to go. We are up 21-0. We get the ball at the half, which I'm sure will have a lot to do with how they're going to approach this. Let's see what they get in the first play.
Well, the way that our offensive line has been pushing their defensive line, I think even being able to have a run play here to see how it breaks things up is still going to get you that positive yardage of 6, 9, 10 yards to move that ball down the field and keep that momentum going. Now they are set up as twins, so definitely looking that pass play option.
A little pressure on Schmitty, and we're going to get a hold.
Yep.
Jordan Schmidt on a carry.
That'll make it more interesting because it's a hold in the backfield, so that can end up being about a 16-yard penalty.
All right, your 50-50 ticket number. The winning number is 580587. It's a pink ticket, 580587.
So the ball, they're going to obviously take the penalty.
Yeah, it's going to put them back at, 1st and 20.
Holding penalty on the Panthers.
And then some, maybe. Because you were saying earlier, Scott, that it's at the spot of the foul, so it's going to be like 1st and 27.
Well, we keep talking about that. You know, it's 10 yards from the scrimmage line. Well, they're talking about it again now. Maybe it isn't. Now they're back to the. So 10 yards. So first and should be 1st and 20. Yep, 1st and 20. Now, Kewaskum has 3 timeouts as well. They could play just to finish the half. They're going to hand it to Schutz. He's going to hit a pile of Kewaskum Indians, and they're going to take. I think.
Number 3.
No, they
it does not look like they're going to call that timeout.
Kewaskum, if I'm them with those 3 timeouts, I'd called one right there.
Gain of around 5 yards.
With 2nd and 15, and call another one, make them punt it, try to block it. Yeah, they let
20 seconds go off the clock before they called a timeout for Kewaskum. So it's a benefit for the Panthers.
Or they're listening to our game.
They could be. I mean, there's some great insights. They could pick up on a lot of great things.
Yeah. You know, it's so easy to coach up here. I mean, I've been down there, and things happen quickly, and then Tim will tell you I'm not always the quickest, but I'm scrappy. Yeah. But no, you're just thinking, okay, what can you get, little advantage at 1st and 20, you know, if now it's 2nd and 15. You get them at 2nd and 15, you call timeout. You might give it up, but at least, you know, if you can block it or do anything. Nonetheless, Panthers right now up 21-0, 27 seconds to go. Plymouth does have, if they could break something, they've got 3 timeouts left. And Shutter broke. We've had some big plays tonight.
Yes, it's 20-yard pop, 25-yard pop. The last touchdown, I think it was a 22-yard touchdown, so it's definitely possible.
They don't look, you know, just kind of wandering out to get on the field. You know.
We got trips on the right side. We got Andrew Rao on the left side. Definitely appearing as though it's going to be a pass, but it is a pass.
Well, so 20 seconds, 7-second play. Panthers are going to punt. Kewaskum didn't have to take a timeout. So, again, you got a couple things you can do. You can try to rush the punter and block it or set up a
right
return.
now, because of that that penalty, we're actually at third down.
Yep.
So that's why
that's right.
That confusion of why they didn't call a timeout sooner. But that was a great breakup by Kewaskum, number 1, Landon Daniel on that play. So I'm pretty sure right now you hand the ball off. And just kind of look at forcing them to call another timeout and punt. You break one, maybe.
Yeah, with Kewaskum's 15 in the middle of the field, almost 20 yards deep. Whoops. Well, good hole. Okay, they did take their timeout. Now you almost go for a punt block. So Kewaskum will have one timeout left.
4 yards with the 4th down.
And while there's a timeout, I can bring you a message from the Waldo State Bank on 119 North Depot Street in beautiful downtown Waldo. They are local, independent like you. Waldo State Bank, serving the community since 1913. www.Waldo State Bank, member FDIC. You can always stop in Waldo and see one of our coaches. Jordan Miller works at the Waldo State Bank now. Plymouth Glass, East Main Street, kitty quarter from the library, is a family-run business honored to serve the people of our community. At Plymouth Glass, we offer a wide variety of services, including standard and custom shower enclosures, aluminum storefront windows and doors, safety glass, glass tabletops, thermopane replacement, plastics, cabinet glass, many patterns to choose from, and a lot more. Stop into Plymouth Glass. They're ready to handle all your glass needs. They do a great job. They're reasonable prices and good people. So the Panthers are going to punt the football. Plate will come in to punt. Actually, I think that Aaron just started working on punting last year a little bit. So they have a single receiver. Oh, Plymouth will take a timeout. They wanted to see what Kewaskum was going to do. So with one player deep, they're going to try to, looks like a punt block, but that gives us a chance to give you a message from PJ Campbell's at the Depot on Depot Road in Plymouth. It's a casual dining experience in a historic train depot converted into a restaurant. Join our family and enjoy comfort food, which includes great steaks, rib sandwiches, and German favorites. They offer something for everyone. Don't forget the big pretzel and baked French onion soup, open Tuesday through Sunday, each day at 4 p.m. Bank First Eastern Avenue in Plymouth takes great pride in supporting our community. We believe by working together, we can transform lives and build stronger communities for our future generations. Giving back has allowed Bank First to develop meaningful relationships with local families, businesses, and nonprofit organizations. We believe these relationships strengthen us and the communities we serve. This is just another reason why it's different at First. Bank First, member FDIC, equal housing lender. So Plate's going to kick. Whoa! The return man is.
Panthers number 5, Owen Plate.
The returner is 40 yards deep. That's a long punt. He got the punt off, and that's the key. And he's
pressure,
probably going to get a. Yeah.
Let it run. Don't even come at it.
With the roll, it's 40 yards. So good job,
Nice
Aaron
job.
Plate. 5 seconds to go. The clock has stopped. I've got to believe, and I've believed wrong a couple times tonight already, that they're going to just take a knee. Kewaskum will take a knee and go in at half and try to regroup a little bit. They played a pretty good second quarter. You know, they did some things to hold us back a little bit, but they had some big mistakes. But it's not like anybody quit.
No, it looks like the Panthers defense is bringing out the prevent. They got Andrew Rao back there at 6'6", making sure they have nothing in front of them, just in case Kewaskum gets sneaky with these last 4 seconds before half. Hook and ladder, intercepted by Brett Shutter. Oh my goodness.
Oh, baby.
What a play. Now there is a amazing play.
Oh, wow. You saw that coming, and I'm sitting there watching.
That is one I'd like to see on replay because it looked like it was a one-handed grab in stride.
Well, I thought,
to
I tell you,
score.
at first I thought Soik coming out of the backfield, he's going to be wide open, but Shutter was there, and Soik wasn't even he wasn't the target. The end was the target. I thought, oh, Soik's open, but Shutter closed, and wow.
And actually, Brett Shutter is still running into the locker room. He doesn't realize that we have to kick the extra point before we can go into half. He was just that stoked after that play.
So, what? Wow.
I think Kewaskum shell-shocked, and they had to take that timeout just to figure out what was going on.
You know, you think about that. I was absolutely as wrong as I could be. I thought they'll take a knee and try to come back out. Well, they tried a little hook and ladder
They
trick
were going
play.
to try that hook and ladder.
And I don't blame them at all. You know, what do we got to lose, right? Well, we just found out.
But they never got to the hook, and Brett Shutter broke that up in a beautiful play.
And again, you can criticize it after. But if it
absolutely.
works, it's great.
Correct.
It just was really well played by the Panthers. They showed phenomenal discipline. Did you expect anything like that?
No.
That play? I didn't.
No.
So if neither of us did, it was an interesting play call. Nonetheless, we're going to kick an extra point to go up 28-0 at half. Oh, a little bit of a high snap. Well handled by Schmidt, and a kick is good. Now Panthers in a huge turn of events take a 28-0 lead into the halftime. So we'll be back. We'll be back after the half, and join us in about 15 to 18 minutes. After an exciting first half for the Panthers, Plymouth is going to return the kick as Kewaskum kicks off. The Panthers on a strange score with 4 seconds, picked one off to take it up 28-0. Scott Richards, Aaron Martell, and Justin Enderby are here tonight doing the ball game. And it's a good kick for Kewaskum. Takes it at about the 6-yard line on the right side. Gets a little break, gets it up just past the 30.
It's definitely a good return because they were definitely trying to pin him in that corner, not giving him a lot of options, using the sideline kind of as that, quote, extra defender. But Brett was able to get 31 yards, get to the 31-yard line. It's great starting position in the second half.
Kick.
It was a
good
great
kick. In high school, you get it inside the 10. That's not a bad kick. I mean, we're blessed with.
We are spoiled with Owen.
We're a little spoiled for 3 years. So the Panthers, 1st and 10. The ball at their own 31-yard line. Same lineup. I think we had somebody else move.
We have movement. Got false start on the Panthers.
The coaches will tell you at halftime, start strong, start smart. So didn't work out on that play.
No, and you really want to come into the second half. Yep, you're up by 4 scores, but you want to treat it as a 0-0 game because you just want to continue to get better. You know you have Port on the horizon, which is the #1 team in the state in our conference. You want to stay focused on this game in this half.
Sutter gets the ball. He's going to get the penalty back. That's about it. You're right. You want to stay sharp. I always tell kids on every play, work on your craft. And but again, it's just a mistake. Flush it and move on. So it's going to be 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. Same backfield. Schmidt, Shutter. They have rotated Ryan Cole in and out a little bit. Now Marco Troker's in at what we'd call the up back. Okay, quick out, and didn't quite break it.
I'll tell you what, there's a lot of potential with that play because they only have 2 corners over the top. If Raul's able to get that block, then you put Jackson one-on-one, and he's gone. There's no safety over the top.
No, he didn't even get a piece of him. I didn't think. He had a piece of him there, but but again, it's a letting you know. So could be a interesting series for both teams. Panthers want to get the first down, obviously, but for Kewaskum to stop them on downs would be huge. Wide at the top, flanker at the bottom. A quick out to Nylitz, short by a little bit.
George Smith's pass complete to number 17, Jackson Nylitz.
We're going to continue to run the clock.
For a gain of around 4 yards.
That was a good secure catch because he bobbled it just slightly but was able to regain control.
4th and a long one for the Panthers. They're leaving the offense on the field. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Well, I know every once in a while they like to drop Jordan back to do that quick punt if they don't like what their matchup is. But I think right now, why not pound it? They really haven't stopped your run.
Put it in the hands of that significant offensive line. And the line.
That's a great push.
That's a push of about 5 yards.
That's a great push.
And Troka leading on a block as well.
Absolutely.
Ball carried by number 3, Brett Shutter.
So Shutter picks up the first down. The Panthers pick up the first down at the 45-yard line, 1st and 10. Everything else looks the same from left to right in that front 5. Steiner at the tight end when they go with the tight end. Slot at the top, tight end at the bottom, double backs in the backfield. They're going deep, and they got it. If
they
he
got
gets
it,
there,
No,
it looked to me like Rao may have drifted to the inside a little bit.
Absolutely.
That's 2nd and 10.
On that play, if I'm correct, they're told to throw it to the inside because he was looking into the inside.
Absolutely. And I think what's great about that play, even though it didn't work out, was that they set that up. That was the third time that they ran that play. The previous times they threw it short to Jackson. This time Rao does that fly pattern and just misses him.
And the wind has died a lot. It's not as brisk. 2nd and 10 for the Panthers. Shutter gets it, he breaks it.
Oh, what vision.
He can get caught, I don't think so. He's trying to get down.
Good balance, stays in bounds.
Right there, and he didn't see it.
Okay, the number 3, Brett Shutter for a Panther touchdown.
Wow, so the big plays we didn't get last week, we are getting them this week. That time the line did its job for that first 3 or 4 yards. After that, there just was nobody there.
Attempt the extra point, number 5.
Well, again, you see the fact that he's got that vision. He hits that hole, he looks, he takes one cut, he's down the sideline. You have 3 rushing touchdowns. You have a pick 6 for Brett Shutter today. Why don't you have a game, Brett? Nice job.
Yeah. Well, see, he got a little extra rest at halftime.
Yeah, he did. He sprinted straight to the locker room without even waiting, not even waiting for the extra point. He's like, I've done my due diligence.
Well, I got to play Kewaskum penalty, offsides.
Well, this is the 3rd offsides on the goal line, or near the goal line. And plate buries another one, so the Panthers now take a 35-0 lead, which means we're going to have a running clock.
Kewaskum 0.
Well, you had to wonder how Kewaskum was going to come out of the locker room at halftime, giving up that late touchdown with 4 seconds to go in the second quarter. Were they going to come out with a fight, or were they going to lay down? And I think being able to come out and then have Brett do that 55-yard touchdown run, you just wonder now with the running clock, they got to dig deep. Those coaches got to figure that out to help them dig deep to fight just a little bit more.
They did. They had some good things going in the first half, but they shot themselves in the foot. An offsides or a hold, a procedure penalty. You know, it's if I'm sitting talking to this group of Kewaskum kids,
right,
all is not lost. Plymouth's got a nice team. We have a nice team. I mean, we have size. We obviously have a good couple running backs. We do. But they were there, but they made the mistakes that teams like that do to hurt themselves.
Absolutely. Well, I think what's great to be able to see, especially with the Berlin game last week and this game, the question mark going into this season was going to be their offensive line because they were so young. They lost so much senior leadership last year. To see them come along and build that confidence, you just hope that they can continue that throughout. Oh, no. That's a big hit.
If things can go bad, they will go bad. A great return and a fumble.
That's a big hit by number 1, Macklin Moore. There is a flag, but Macklin caused that fumble on Bailey Ralph.
That was a good hit.
Now we got to sort things out with this penalty if that's something against Kewaskum.
Well, Macklin Moore on the hit and Eddie Mella on the recovery. Obviously, it's declined by the Panthers. So again, and we just talking, it's almost like you have a curse, and it's not.
No,
it's just that you don't have quite the talent you had. They had a big shakeup in the coaching staff, and they have some coaches back that have done a good job in the past. Believe me, I know them. It's just that the witch's eye is looking at you a little bit.
Absolutely. Well, now you got to wonder how long they're going to keep their starters in, if they're going to try and go for one more score or get some of the backups in to give them some experience. We've got 7 minutes left in the third quarter yet with that running clock. So it will be interesting to see what the coaches choose.
Now, to explain the running clock, other than a timeout or change of possession or an injury, the clock keeps running.
Even if they have to change the ball.
Right. Bad pass, incomplete pass, out of bounds, the clock keeps running. So, for example, we're down to 7 minutes already in the third quarter. You've already. I thought I saw Ethan Coleman coming out earlier.
Marco with the run.
Ball
So
carried by number
Troka
32,
was
Marco
stopped. Good
Troka.
job by Kewaskum. Now, if we can pick up other numbers, we'll do
Tackled by
the
number
very best we
54,
can.
Gabriel Halapka.
I do see 11, Caden Kuhn on the field. Caden
Yep,
Kuhn's
second
also
and
their
11.
backup quarterback. So he plays a couple spots. Caden Kuhn starts on defense, so it's not like he plays receiver. Troga is more at the tailback now. I think it's Schmidt and Schweitzer in the backfield. 8. Troga gets the ball up middle, stops, gets the outside, continues down and picks up about 6. So they're inside the 45, down to the 33-yard line.
Yeah, Marco was able to see that the hole that he was supposed to go in was closing up. He bounces it to the outside, is able to gain a good chunk back, putting it at third and
Tackled by number
3rd
9,
and 5.
Dawson Stahl.
81 Macklin Moore now comes in at a receiver
Brings up
spot.
3rd and 5.
And usually here you filter a few in at a time. You'll do it on defense as well. Kind of bunched up there. Troco fighting for it, didn't get there. So it's going to be 4th down.
Number 32, Marco Troca, the ball carrier.
Coach Knauss has a
Gain of
choice. He
around
could
2
try to
for
kick
4th
it
down.
with plate or just go it. 4th and 2.
No, it looks like we are going to try a field goal.
I'll
The
just
ball's
try
at the
field goal.
You never
32,
know
which
when-
would be a
you never know when
49-yard field goal.
Plate's going to need this up, so it's going to be if it's past the it'll be if it's past the 48, it's considered a 49. We'll see where he's going to put it down. So it'll be counted as a 49-yard field goal. Yep. Snap the hold, a little bit of a wind coming at him. Buried it. Oh, wide,
just
wide
to
right.
the wide right. Just wide right.
First miss of the season that I can remember. He hasn't tried too many of them, but it had the distance. Now when he kicked off the start second half, he didn't hit it real clean. You don't know. But Kewaskum was able to hold. Was able to hold and will take over at their own 33. So their fumble on a real nice kickoff return didn't cost them other than some time. So it's not like college and the pros. They're going to get the ball at the 20. Everybody's the same. So he gets the ball, looking for a little bit of a hole, gets around the outside. If he gets going, somebody.
Good tackle by Jackson Nilitz on that pursuit.
Yep.
Safety
Dylan
Jackson
Jackson
Nilitz came up.
Jackson Nilitz.
Again, they've got.
First down.
This is where you just got to hang in there. You know, they're 1-3, and they're liable to be. They're going to be 1-4 after
Absolutely.
this ball game.
Looks like outside linebacker. We have number 22 Walker Russell coming in.
Ball carried by number 28, Dylan Soik.
So he picks up 5. So it'll be second and 5.
Tackled by number 54,
2:51 to go in the
Schaefer.
third quarter. Panthers leading 35-0.
First number I can read is getting a tackle.
So quick trap to the fullback. That's the old. We used to call it the old 34-buck trap.
Number 4, Nicholas Dehack.
Nick Dehack on a nice carry, good block. I couldn't catch the number of the block.
Thankfully, Ian Schweitzer was able to grab on and hold on as he snuck through that line.
Number 8, Ian Schweitzer.
Again, I'm trying to get different numbers. So 1st and 10. Kewaskum got a little drive going here.
Another pass, good pursuit by number 51. That's a great tackle. Deacon Allen pursuing.
Andrew Weicker.
The first option. The first option was Landon Daniel. He was not, in fact, he was basically double covered. He wasn't open. Quarterback had a scramble, and a good job by the defensive line. So 2nd and 20. And that's what we've sort of been talking about. You know, the quarterback didn't see him coming behind him, so otherwise he might have tried to throw it away, but didn't have a chance, though. So 2nd and 17.
Bubble screen.
And that's a nice pickup. Just what you want to do if you're Kewaskum. Picked up about 13. Quick bubble to Landon Daniel.
Tackled by number 11, Caden Kuhn.
It looked like number 54, Leighton Schaefer, was in there along with number 11, Caden Kuhn.
Brings up a 3rd and around 8 for Kewaskum.
Again, Ryan Cole hasn't played. He's had a little bit of a tweak in his ankle. He hadn't played defense. Didn't play defense last week either. But they pulled him out in the first half already as a lead back. So he's going to get to rest that thing a little bit. Double slot at the top of the screen for the Indians. 3rd and about 8.
Deacon Allen again with a pursuit.
And he threw it a long ways away. So it's punting time. If you're Kewaskum, I just think you got to kick it away. But the quarter is going to end with the Panthers up 35 to nothing.
4th down and around 6.
And as the quarter comes to an end, we'll give you a message from Advanced Eye Care, 300 East Mill Street in downtown Plymouth. Advanced Eye Care and Doctors Tim and Cheryl Ziegler know that performing your best on the field, Diamond or Gym, requires total fitness, including your eyes. The Advanced Eye Care staff takes care of all your eye health needs with total vision and eye health testing, treatment of eye injuries and diseases, and a guaranteed contact lens success program. Most insurance plans and Medicare are accepted. Advanced Eye Care leading the way in total vision wellness to help you become your best. Van Horn Automotive Group understands the way people shop cars is changing, and programs that provide added value are important. Not only do they have 2,500 vehicles to choose from across 16 locations, but you can buy a vehicle entirely online at vanhornauto.com, and Van Horn can have it delivered. They also have value programs such as service financing and oil changes for life, all from the only employee-owned automotive group in Wisconsin. Van Horn, family-born, employee-owned. So Kewaskum's going to, it's one of these situations where, what do we got to lose now? They're going to roll the dice and go for it on 4th and 8. Panthers will get the ball in fantastic position at the 45. So we start the 4th quarter. Looking over the middle again, and it not only was there again, and it was completed again.
It will be interesting to see in their film session when they look at this film to see that middle of the field has been open over the top of the linebackers, right in front of the safeties. I know you want to give up, you don't need to give up too much ground, but is there a gap within there that either the safeties need to come up or the linebackers need to get back more?
And they've thrown the ball there well.
They have.
They've run that, what we'd call a long drag. Guy goes down to the first down or past it, and they drag. Well, nonetheless, it's 1st and 10 at the Panther 35-yard line. They hand it to Soik. He gets outside, and he keeps going. He runs hard.
Yeah, we had Marco Troker on the first contact, and then Jackson Nilitz couldn't finish the tackle. But thankfully, Walker, number 22, wrapped him up and brought him down, but not after he got 7+ yards.
So 2nd and 3 for the Indians. They have not made a lot of changes either. 2nd and 3, clock's already down under 11 minutes in the ball game. They got the ball in. Ooh. Here.
Now, Eddie Miller did a great job of pushing that back in, wrapping him up, but it looked like it might have been a quick whistle of stopping of momentum for Kewaskum. I'm pretty sure the Kewaskum coach is going to give an earful to the ref.
And when the whistle blows, the play stops. You get that?
There's nothing you can do, right?
No. Here again, I would have probably let that one go a little bit, but once the whistle blew, then it looks different because all the Panther kids did the right thing. They just stopped. So 3rd and a long one. And they jumped.
Yep.
Look, you know what? They've tried to get us to jump offside, and they've jumped offside. Well, see, and that's what again, teams that are struggling, those are the things that happen. Those little things and it's very hard for them to overcome it.
Well, especially if they're young, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to be able to instill that early on, but you're young, you're
Well, and again, the situation was their head coach got an opportunity that he couldn't pass up. Rather than driving 45 or minutes or an hour every day for school, and he got a job close to home and a coaching job about 3 weeks before the season, 2 weeks before the season.
little wheel route.
And
Good tackle by.
Yeah, excellent tackle.
Riley's pass complete to number 1, Landon Daniel. Flag on the play.
We do have a flag on the field. Trying to sort some things out here. The coaches on the Plymouth sideline are trying to say that he did not catch it. The refs are saying, yes, he did catch it, but it looks like the penalty is going to be against Kewaskum.
I wonder if it was a little bit of a pick play or something.
And they definitely set up that wheel route with the receiver coming around the top. We covered it well, good contact with Caden Kuhn on that tackle. But I think it's going to be all for naught because of that holding penalty against Kewaskum.
Again, I've been on the other side. I've been on that side where you think you got everything going the way you want it going, and you just make mistakes.
3rd and 16.
You know, Plymouth has more talent, and everything going for them. But if they had that all cleaned up, this wouldn't be a 35-point game.
No, not at all.
But they didn't, and Plymouth took advantage of it, and that's the key. He's got him rolling.
Looks like they got another holding penalty. Big hit on the quarterback. Knocked away by Caden Kuhn.
Reichert's passed on the sideline.
Got Reichert, he threw that ball 40 yards rolling to his left, but that's hard for a kid somebody at the pro level to roll to their left and throw it that way.
Well, it's going to be interesting. It's going to look like minimally a holding call. Deacon Allen got in there again. Just he's quick, he's feisty, but I don't know if they called a late hit or on the quarterback because I see a flag out by the 50 and a flag on the 45.
So they might have.
We got holding against Kewaskum.
Penalties on Kewaskum holding. Personal foul. The penalty's offset.
So we'll have a do-over. It's down to 7 minutes in the ball game. Again, the clock keeps running.
So 3rd and 16 for Kewaskum.
I think the hit on the quarterback was an aggressive hit. I don't think it was a penalty, though.
We got a timeout. Kewaskum's got a timeout, and that gives us a chance to bring a message from American Senior Benefits. Ryan Riley and Kristen Heidemann, Eastern Avenue in Plymouth. If you are retiring and eligible for Medicare, turning 65, or just curious to find out if your plan is the right one for you, American Senior Benefits is there to help. Ryan Riley and Kristen Heidemann are experienced in providing personalized services to explain and guide you through the Medicare process and provide you through a free needs analysis with options available at the lowest cost for the best health care coverage. Call Ryan, 920-207-0731, or Kristen, 920-207-8037 to set up an appointment at your home or in their office. American Senior Benefits, they are there to help. And as always, thank you to all our sponsors, or as we call them, backers, for helping us do this. Football, volleyball, boys and girls basketball, wrestling, and we couldn't do it without them.
Well, I think it's just amazing to be able to see just the community support for all the different athletics that we have, as well as the arts. It's a great community to be a part of, and to see that type of support is
and Plymouth
hands down
supports them, and they want them to be good, and we want them all. We got the band here tonight, and they do great. The red, white, and blue, and it looks pretty darn good. Lee's rolling left. That's a tough one. Good hit.
Reichert's pass.
Good hit by them.
Bailey Rell.
I'll just mention the names of our backers. The Paddock Club,
Tornado
Elkhart
brings up
Lake,
fourth
Wisconsin.
and
Great
11.
food and beautiful downtown Elkhart Lake. Miller and Bell Incorporated, Hill and Road. Snowblowers, lawnmowers. That's not too far away. Lawnmowers.
Watch your mouth there, Scott.
Chainsaws. Teats' Piggly Wiggly. It's tailgating time, and the Piggly Wiggly is here to help you.
All right, we're at 4th and 10. Clock again still running. We're at the 6-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Panthers are up 35-0.
They've rolled wide fields. They got to stop over the middle again, and it's what a nice throw.
Nice pitch and catch.
Reichert's
They
pass.
dropped the linebacker
Complete
deep,
number
and
one
that was
lineman
just a
Daniel for
great
Kewaskum
throw.
first down.
That looks like maybe a little cramp on the field. Yoshi, our phenomenal trainer, is going to go out, check it out. Plymouth Furniture, Eastern Avenue, furniture for every room in your house and appliances as well. 20/20 Visions, Doctors Brad Wickland, Corrine Beersdorf, Alexandria Van Els. They do accept insurance from many of the local companies. Meyer Motors, Plaza Lane in Plymouth across from McDonald's. Been in business for a long time. 1926 is when they opened up. Service, new, used. Waldo State Bank, beautiful downtown depot. Stop in and check out all they have to offer. Plymouth Glass, East Main Street, kitty corner from the library. All your glass needs, whether it's in a window, screen, a tabletop, they've got it. PJ Campbell's at the depot. Just a great place, great restaurant to dine in Plymouth. Bank First, 2700 Eastern Avenue, believes in building relationships and creating a better banking experience for all their customers. Advanced Eye Cares, Doctors Tim and Cheryl Ziegler and the staff can provide for all your eye health needs. Van Horn Automotive Group, County Road O in Plymouth, and locations throughout the state and even in Iowa, and American Senior Benefits, Ryan Riley and Kristen Heidemann. So we have a little stop and play for looks like a treatment of a cramp. Telltale sign when they're stretching it and bending down at the toe.
I haven't been able to get a number yet on the player that was down. Oh, Jackson Nilets, number 17. Looks like he'll just be fine. Maybe a little more pickle juice next week for him.
Injured players, number 17, Jackson Nilets.
Well, again, we talked about there's been a flaw in that defense tonight, and that's that middle of the field. However, the quarterback and the receivers have made it happen because there have been some good throws in the middle. That was really a good throw. Their coverage wasn't terrible at all.
No, good throw, good catch. Look like they're going back to the run.
Ball carried by number 28, Dylan Soik. Tackled by a bunch of Panthers.
Soik has had a good game. Again, we've seen things that's a coach you look at and go, there's hope. But the Panthers, they've had a little lull because the clock kept running. But they did what they had to do. Came out and scored that touchdown. They moved some different kids in and out of the ball game. Kewaskum trying to get on the board. For them, that's huge. Oh, good. Boy, Soik was stopped twice. Now it's interesting.
They did not blow that whistle.
They did not blow that whistle very quickly.
They were waiting until they were for sure that he was going to be taken down.
So, but Kewaskum has it now at 3rd and 3 at just inside the 8-yard line.
I mean, Caden Kuhn made a good initial contact right there, but it seemed as though that he gave up. He's got to hold that wrap and do that spin.
Well, and again, you don't practice him, but
That's true.
This kid is a strong running back. He's got enough speed, not the great outside coach, but he's a strong running back. And they're going to roll. Reichert might he's going to carry it, and he's going to score. So, Kewaskum gets on the board with 4 minutes left in the ball game. And Andrew Reichert carries on a little bootleg roll pass option, carried it into the end zone to put Kewaskum on a score, 35-6 now.
I'm sure Canales was hoping that they'd be able to hold on to that shutout. The reality is that Kewaskum kept on fighting. We did bring in some second team to come in. But Kewaskum also made some great plays. They had a couple of great pass plays over the middle to secure those catches, and here we are, 35-6, waiting for that extra point.
He didn't do. Coach Nuss didn't do it at the expense of not playing some more players.
Correct.
You know, and I've seen that. You know, he said we're still going to play kids, and you know, it's unfortunate. But when the experts look at it, well, what did you beat Kewaskum by? Well, Port beat them by this and that. Don't do that.
No,
you know, you win by one, you win. And I think Plymouth overall has played well.
They have.
You know, they haven't had a lot of penalties. A few more in the second half, but you'll see some different numbers and phases out on the field, I would guess. I'm guessing they're going to put a hands team out front just in case Kewaskum tries an onside kick.
Well, and that's just it. I think if you look at it from a Kewaskum's point of view, it's just like, okay, yeah, you're still down 28, but are there things that we can instill in our team, things that we can learn, things that we can grow from? Why not practice an onside kick?
And why not?
See what happens. And Panthers do have their hands team out there looking to secure that ball after it goes. You know,
and in the case of Kewaskum, there's times you whip the horse to make it go faster. This is a case where you can pull some positives out of this game.
Yeah.
You can say, these are the things we can't do. These are the mistakes we can't make. If we don't make these mistakes, Plymouth's the better team. I mean, there's not a question about that. But you can pull some good stuff. For the Panthers, you can look at, here's the things we did well. Now, we're going to see a couple tough games down the road that we've got to be prepared for. We got to clean, and so that's what coaches got to do. Done well, Panthers recover the onside kick.
Onside kick attempted by number 2, James.
A lot of different shirts on the field now for the Panthers.
Right.
For a Panther first down at the 50-yard line.
Ryan Cole's in great position. He didn't allow the ball to get up. He was going to take that secondary high bounce. He didn't do that. It may have come at a cost for him. He's limping off the field of some type of growing injury. I think we'll just leave it at that.
But he made it off the field.
He made it off the field.
So the Panthers are going to put a whole new crew out there. Again, you and I can try to do all we can to pick up the numbers as they head the field.
We do have a new quarterback. Number 23, Aiden DeMonk is going to be back at quarterback. Looks like we have number 35 at fullback, Sawyer Vorpogel. Ian Schweitzer at running back, number 8.
So Aiden DeMonk is a sophomore. I'm sure he's the JV quarterback, or one of them, no doubt. So pickup of about 2. Panthers unroll again. We're under 3 minutes. Nothing will stop the clock, but
second down. Panther.
No incomplete pass, no nothing. It's going to keep running.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of just Ian or DeMonk holding onto that ball as a quarterback keeper. Looks like I had a wideout, number 40, Dylan Johnson. On the other side, number 10, junior Nolan Worcestershire.
So the Panthers will play next Friday at Waupun. And then the following Friday is homecoming, where the Panthers will take on the Port Washington Pirates. We lost a really tough game to Port last year. Port is undefeated so far in the season. The Panthers are going to be undefeated so far in that season, and we'll see what happens.
Here we go. Panthers have the ball, 3rd and 1. We have 1:50 left in the 4th quarter as they're trying to seal this victory by running out the clock the best that they can.
Schweitz gets it on that 3rd and 1. Doesn't look like he got it. Again, you got a lot of kids in. They're going to snap it in at about 1:10 to go in the ball game. The first down, my suspicion is, when you get these kids on, I don't think you need to take a knee, but they might.
Yeah.
I'm saying they might. I didn't think somebody was going to try a hook and ladder at the end of the half.
Well, it looks like Ian had just enough, so that's a 1st down and 10. They should be able to kneel on it on the way out.
Oh, they did give it to him. Okay.
Yep, looks like we're in that victory formation.
And they're going to let the clock run on, so we're going to probably have to have one more snap because it ended at 53 seconds. One more snap, and they'll take another knee, and the ball game will be over, and the Panthers are going to walk out of here 5-0.
Schmidt takes a knee.
Next week at Waupun, 7 o'clock. Following week, homecoming for the Panthers as the Port Pirates will be our guests.
Aiden DeMonk taking the knee.
Then they play Kettle Moraine Lutheran, and the last regular season game will be against Sheboygan Falls, at Falls. So, Monk takes a knee, and ladies and gentlemen, that's it. Another nice win for the Panthers against what has been a nemesis over the years, the Kewaskum Indians, and so the Panthers had a great game. I thought we did all right. We made enough mistakes to keep it interesting.
Absolutely.
So thank you to Justin Enderby, Aaron Martell, Mike Briggs. We lost Briggs. I don't know where he went to. Kurt Solp, who sets a lot of this, and the crew in the studio. Want to thank you and have a great rest of the weekend. And as always, go Panthers.
Honor appreciation of our military and armed forces.
Good job.
Thank you for the
You did great.
service, and we would like to also thank the high school